Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm jumping back in and I'm going to create one more spread with you guys on camera in my Serenity Journal. I'm loving this. I'm loving the projects, loving the colors. If you have missed any of the process videos so far and you'd like to see either some of the projects that I've created to use in this journal or some of the process videos, those links will be in the description box down below, as well as links to the design team that will be creating in this journal too. You definitely don't want to miss what they do because it's so awesome how everybody's ideas come together and everybody has a different style and it's just so much fun to watch. So be sure to check them out down below. Okay, so I am thinking of doing something a little different. Let's see. I'm thinking I want to take this wrapping paper that came in the kit. This is gorgeous wrapping paper. I think it's beautiful. There's not quite enough to cover the whole 2 pages with it. It would make lovely tags. I've sat here contemplating if I should use it on tags. That would be beautiful. I think I'm going to make some pockets with it. I'm going to make a pocket for each side of this page, and then I'll probably even have some left over that I could make a tag with. So I think I want to make it taller, maybe 5 inches tall and about 3 3/4, yeah, inches wide. 3 3/4 twice. And I think because this paper is so delicate, it's gift wrap. Did I say 5 inches? I think so. I don't want to cut that rose off. I think I'm going to back it with some other paper so that it holds up a little bit in the journal. Let's see, 5 inches here. Yeah, that's good. It's so hard to choose what images. I think I'm going to go this way. Okay, and then I have these little pieces left. I could put those on some tags or something, or punch them and use them in some pretty way. I have a bunch of scrap paper over here and it just so happens to fit pretty good. Pretty well, I should say. It fits pretty well, not good. Now let's see what the glue does to this. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why I reached for the art glitter glue. That's gonna wrinkle my paper. I'm stopping with that. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. Let's see. I don't know that I've glued down wrapping paper. It's just been quite a while, I think. I don't want that wrinkly effect on my paper. As you guys know, I say it all the time. There, I think that'll help the wrapping paper not tear when I'm using the book and writing and pulling out tags and everything. Let's do this one. It's gonna fit, yep. I seem to go back and forth with different styles. You know, like I created my tags with the bright, vibrant colors, and then I created other things with more muted colors, and now I'm using this wrapping paper, which doesn't really seem to go with a lot of things that I've done already. But one of the things that I think is so much fun about junk journaling is every time, it's okay if every time you turn the page it's something else. You know, if it's a different style, why is that a big deal? Because it's just like looking at any other piece of art. If you're looking at a mixed media journal, it's different on every page, right? So it's the general theme that I stick with, but I think it's okay if you have a different look, vibe, for lack of a better word, going on different pages. The whole thing that is awesome about a junk journal is the freedom of it. So where my mind, because I'm kind of a perfectionist, I'll start thinking about how this particular spread I'm making doesn't really match the rest of my book. But you know what's really cool is usually it all comes together in the end, because I'll use the rest of that wrapping paper somewhere else and it kind of all just starts flowing together, especially if you use something the same throughout. So like the stamping or the stenciling, it's gonna all become cohesive in the end. At least that's what I tell myself. Don't worry, Lynette, it all comes together in the end. It usually does. Okay, I like that. It's a little more trustworthy. Now I have a pair of these decorative edge scissors. These are a blast from the past, but I'm enjoying them, and I want to give this pocket an edge that looks like a deli bag. Probably no one will even, no one would notice that but me, but except now I don't know where I cut it. Okay. And I'm going to continue on with the frayed burlap, and I'm just going to ink the edges of this. All right, let's just get an idea of what this is going to look like so far. All right, and I'm just going to take these over to my machine, and I want to do some stitching. So I've been using this ink scattered straw, and I think I'm going to use that at the top of my page and do some stamping with the same stamps I was using in the last video. I'm choosing to use the scattered straw instead of the bundled sage because of that bleed through. I don't know. I'm going to see how this looks on its own this time. These pages are so dark that it doesn't show up very much, but it just adds a little bit more to the page. That one especially. That one's pretty dark. Okay. I don't know, maybe I need some bundled sage up there. I think I'm just leaving it alone right now. I know it's not showing up very well on camera, but I'm gonna let that go for a minute and think about it later. I'm just going to take these pockets and glue them in. I picked the darker pages for this because I thought I was going to be covering them up with most of this wrapping paper, but then I didn't really choose to do that. That's all right. I feel like as beautiful as this wrapping paper is, it's so busy it needs something solid over it. All right, and this is usually where I pull out my file folder, just a manila file folder. I love to make tags out of them, and that's what I'm going to do here. I think if I could get a couple tags in here, I might feel like I have a better idea. And I think I'm going to cut them and see what happens at 2 3/4 by about, let's see, 6 1/2. I just cut the thing. Let's see, by 6 1/2. All right, so we have a couple pieces here. Give us a little something solid to look at, I think. If they were tucked in all the way. Yeah, that's better. It kind of gives your eyes a place to rest, you know? There's something about this that is just so busy. It's pretty, but it's busy. I always pull out some scrap paper, and this is tea stained. And I know I said in the beginning I probably wasn't going to reach for that, but I think it needs something a little neutral. And I'm just going to cover both sides of this tag. Well, both sides of both tags. Part of me is saying, you should have just made tags out of them. No. It's good to stretch yourself and to do something you wouldn't, normally choose to do. All right, and then just gluing down the other side. I have a feeling I'm going to be stitching these. And I always forget I don't want to get glue toward the edge when I do that. It's just better to keep it toward the center. So first I'm going to just round the top corners of my tags, and then I'm just going to take them over to the sewing machine really quick. All right, and let's just get an idea now. Yes, I like that. I'm going to ink these edges up a little bit. Okay. Actually, this little edge right here, it wants to snag on my gift wrap. So I'm just going to take this art glitter glue and glue that down. I don't want to rip that gift wrap. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, it's feeling pretty plain, even though it definitely needed that neutral color. This is where, again, using something solid, because we used our print here, it would be pretty cool to add a couple of ruffles, paper ruffles across. These are just some I had in my drawer. Even that one is gorgeous. That was a scrap. I think there was some glimmer mist in that tea water, but they're little and they won't fit across both of them. Or a cluster. It's like if I had a super plain cluster that wasn't decorated, but these are decorated. And see, that's why I always do it when I'm working. Because now I need something different. All right, so I have this doily and I think I'm going to cut it in half. Very carefully. And I'm going to consider this. Oh, I have this scrap piece of lace here. All right, I'm going to ink these up with some of this frayed burlap. I should have done it before I cut it. Gently. Yeah, I like that. All right, in the typical Lynette manner, I'm overthinking, so I'm just going to glue these down. I'm going to commit to this doily, and I'll go from there. I don't want to cover up that edge, that edge that I trimmed. Okay. Hopefully I'm getting them straight. I'm at a weird angle on the table. Now, I was thinking that I needed white. I have this white linen. Let me try cutting a piece of this. And I'm going to cut it in half. Get a feel for this. I can tell I'm out of my comfort zone with this wrapping paper. This isn't my typical style. I wouldn't think of myself as having a style. I don't know what my style is. Whenever somebody asks that, like, what's your style, or I see your style, I'm like, I have a style? I always think I'm all over the place. I love everything, so I don't know. Anyway, this I'm struggling with, but it's okay, it's working. I think it's working. Okay, how about adding some ephemera? Like, sometimes ephemera makes it all better. Let's see. It's kind of like we're just making some clusters on the page again. Sometimes that's necessary. But I like that. It's brightening it up a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going with this. Should I add some book page since I'm layering here, or is the doily enough? I think I'm going to attempt running these through my machine and gluing them down. Okay, it worked out all right. It got a little bunched up on this smaller piece, but that's all right. Goodness, this page was supposed to be simple, and I think it was pretty difficult for me. Oh well. I definitely like what the lighter colors are doing for this page, though. They just feel like I can cluster some pieces on here. I never really like the white edges of these pieces. And honestly, I always struggle with them being flat against the paper too. Like it always needs something, like cheesecloth. It's like I always feel like it needs popped up off the page, but that would add too much bulk to our book. All right, I'm just gluing this guy down. I have this piece of, oh, it's literally just an old strip of the curtain that I cut apart, but I love these little squares. I think I'm going to add it behind here. Yeah, I like that. All right, and then I think I'll use the cheesecloth over here under this butterfly. Yes. Okay, and then I feel like I want some tabs coming off of my tags here. This is a piece of trim that was in the collection, and I think I'm just going to trim it. It'll be nice to add something shiny to the top up here. I'm just going to use my tiny attacher stapler. You can use any stapler. And I'm just going to staple these to the top. Maybe. There we go. I love the look of those staples. I love those staples so much. They're just tiny. Cute. Okay. This is working out after all. Oh, there we go. 45 minutes on something that basic. Wow. Sometimes it's just challenging, you know? That wrapping paper. Who knew I was going to struggle so much with that? I didn't. All right, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. This is the last video that I will share in this journal before it is complete. I will share one more video, but it will be complete and it'll be my final setup for this journal. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. I hope that you enjoyed. If you missed any videos in this series, again, that link to this playlist will be in the description box down below, as well as the design team and as well as the Facebook group, because I would love to see what you guys are working on too. Thank you again so much. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.